Hey everybody, Kaye here on my homestead in Tennessee. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I live on a little over 9 acres in Tennessee after living for decades in California, and that's where I started my channel and my gardening life, which is why my channel is called Late Bloomer. If you are a late bloomer like me, I hope you'll subscribe, click the bell for notifications, scroll down and click all so you won't miss an episode. Well, this has been an interesting morning so far. If you've been watching my videos, you've seen a lot about my cistern. So there was another release, shall we say, this morning. And I have a new tool. Take a look. Oh boy, it's going to fill up this hole again. We were going to put gravel in there. I don't know why you're going this way. Nowhere to go. That's going to be uphill. That's not it. That's the reflection. If you're here for the first time, that is the reflection of the roof on the floor. So the fact that there is a reflection, it means that there's a little bit of water down there. A lot of the black around the sides did not come off from the bleach, so I'll probably hose it again today and then seal it up. We may get some rain tomorrow. This is an ongoing process. This is Jimson weed, which is poisonous and toxic. All those plants over there are hundreds of tomatoes coming up, and all of the tops have been clipped down from the deer, except for these. Interesting, huh? Check out this cover crop. Wow. October 31st. Full crop of zinnias coming up, blooming. Cover crops build soil. You cut them down and then till them in, plus the roots. Cover crops are grown from plants that have roots that provide nitrogen to the soil. But this is all a volunteer bed. This is all dropped seed from the spring planting that was cut down and tilled in August. All of this has come back in 2 months and blooming. This will all be gone when it freezes, but isn't it glorious? Wow, it's like spring. And those are sunflowers, but they won't have time. Look at these tomatoes. Just unreal. And the melons, and the blue spice basil. Still blooming. Wow, remember I cleaned up this willow and put the fence back better, got it straightened up, and look at that. It's got all new branches, lots of leaves. I'm so proud of this tree. My plan is, I'm just gonna wait till spring at this point, but I'm gonna cut off those 2 branches down below. And I'm gonna paint the trunk with Ivy Organic 3-in-1 Plant Guard and just see if the trunk can begin to recover from the deer damage. Ooh, that looks bad. Oh dear. Nope. Can't get my hand in there. I need the 4-inch fencing. Doesn't look like there's a whole lot of trunk in there. It might not survive without these big branches, I don't know. And this little one that I rooted from that one is putting out new growth. It just kept getting eaten by deer, so I put the cloche over the top. This is called a cloche if you've never used one. And the clone number 2 is over here, and it looks pretty good. Pretty good. So hopefully that will take off in the spring. Okay, any minute I should have a big truck right up here. The question is, can it get up my driveway? What I'm going to do now is show you what happened next, which is the stone for my patio arrived. Take a look. That's gorgeous. So these are the stepping stones, and there's four. There's a 3 to 4 inch base, and then these are the top two pieces. And this will go on either side of the deck down to the ground. Okay. What do you think? You didn't see the stone. Okay, so right now I want to take you on a walk through the driveway garden because it is absolutely amazing for almost November the 1st. I have geraniums and rare Sheffield mum, and the cranberry hibiscus is finally blooming. It's been 3 or 4 years since I've seen a bloom outside. And I've even got a couple of coneflowers and zinnias, salvia, of course petunias, Shasta daisy. Well, let's walk around and see what else we can find. What'd you say? Spot. What'd you say? Okay, this is lamb's ear, and it's that fuzzy green stuff that's so beautiful. These are some moth mullein that I started, and I started a bunch of others and put them in there, and they didn't really take, so I may or may not get those in the ground. We'll see. Of course, the rare Sheffield mum is the showstopper. It's absolutely gorgeous. I have rosemary. Calendula is giving a spurt of energy here at the end of the season. This is, I believe this is Monarda bee balm, the scarlet bee balm. And this is the dahlia, although they're about kaput. I don't think I'll get any more blooms, just too cold. I'll walk up the path. The lilac put out all this new growth here at the end of the season. But what do we have here? We have it nibbled off by deer, no doubt. But it's interesting that it put out these shoots at the end of the season. Okay, we'll walk up here. And this never bloomed this year. I forget what this is, but it never bloomed. Maybe it's a salvia, I'm not sure. It's another lilac bush. This is all Greek oregano that I planted. It's spreading out. That's a tomato. I have I have tomatoes absolutely everywhere. It's crazy. They're like weeds here. Oh, speaking of weeds, all of these spring weeds came out. This didn't have a weed a month ago, not one. And all of those have popped out. Now this is the mountain laurel, and I expected that to be about 10 inches taller by now, but it's not. I'm going to pull this out. That's the, well, it didn't come all the way out. Can't pull it out with my hand. That is the passion fruit, the native passion fruit. And it's really a weed here. These were in the front, you may remember, and I'm just seeing if they'll survive, and then if they do like it back here better, they were almost dead in the front, and if they like it better, I'm gonna put them in the ground somewhere. I got a brand new zinnia coming up. It's just so strange that zinnias just keep sprouting and coming up even though we're at the end of the season. This is butterfly bush, very, very pretty. Very happy with this one. I bought two others that just didn't do anything. And so I love that. This is also a butterfly bush. And look at these gorgeous little blooms. Aren't they precious? I know. This is a pomegranate tree. It's wanting to lean this way. It's looking really healthy, and a lot of this is fairly new growth, but no pomegranates the first year. And this is a Rose of Sharon. Oh my goodness, what do we have here? Some kind of bugs huddled together there. I don't recognize those. And a lot of these didn't bloom, so I wonder if that had anything to do with it. This was the chicory I had in a pot, and it looks like it's been, you know what, that looks like deer tracks, doesn't it? Even though it's muddy, these imprints look like deer. And they ate all the leaves off, so I will be digging this up and putting it in the raised bed garden, which is behind a deer fence. Over here we have boysenberry vines, but I don't think this is going to be the best place for them, and that's one of the things about gardening is you try things and you go, well, it might be better if it was in a different location. This is just wanting to really spread out, and it can't really do that there, and I don't want it to spread out on the fence we built because then I won't be able to see the fence. And I won't be able to see through the fence to see all the beautiful irises in my iris field behind the fence, which is right there. So let's move on over and check out this gorgeous salvia. I believe this salvia is called Black and Bloom. So it has these intense violet flowers, and it's been blooming for 2 months, as has this butterfly bush. And absolutely love it. This is the milkweed that got a lot of use earlier in the summer, well, later in the summer, but it all looks pretty bad now. It's all going to die back. Hopefully it will be coming back and I won't have to replant it. This is all Greek oregano that has spread out. I just had little tiny plants and they spread out. So this is the this was a kind of a mistake to plant a very fast growing cranberry hibiscus beside the Joe Pye weed. It grows so fast they fall over. And so the cranberry hibiscus was smaller than the Joe Pye weed. Joe Pye weed never really grew, and look at this monster. I can't even pick it up now. It grew so fast and it broke off. Blooming anyway. It won't be deterred. So that's a bloom. And this is one plant, and that is the huge plant. And it did the same thing. It split, it fell over, it collapsed. And it'll be very interesting to see. I did have a valerian plant underneath there somewhere. And it'll be very interesting if it's survived. Sage in a pot, and this is lyre leaf sage. That's a native weed basically, but it has some medicinal benefits. I've got lemongrass and zinnias there, and I'm just coming down the seating area that Randy built, which I love so much, and more lemongrass. And this was the huge anise hyssop. I cut it all back and it came back and is blooming. That was the mailman. You weren't very friendly. Spot. You weren't very friendly. Now were you? And he's here all the time. Anyway, I have coneflowers. I've got the pinky purple color. Just a couple there. And then I've got that hybrid over there that's orange. A few of those. And that's the white one coming back. I cut that back and it came back. I love when they do that. And this is more bee balm. And that's salvia. And here we got one coneflower under here. Isn't that beautiful? And there's actually another one coming up, and then I've got, that is lavender. And also I think there's rosemary right beside the lavender. Yeah, I've got rosemary and lavender. And this is actually peppercress, which I think is a weed. I don't think I planted it. I did have peppercress seeds that I planted a long time ago, years ago. And this is also a weed, but it's pretty, so I keep it. This is blue mist flower. And this is German chamomile. It didn't do a thing all year. It was just crapped out. And I thought, what's it doing growing now? It never bloomed, and look how fabulous it is now. It must like the cold weather. It smells so good. We got petunias. And more of the mum and the geraniums. I had to shove everything over here real quick because I got the stone, which you just saw in the other video. This is Shasta daisy. I cut it all back. This is anise hyssop. This is what it looks like when it dies back. That's more lamb's ear. That's more lemongrass. And underneath there, believe it or not, I've got an orange Thai chili, but this whole thing fell forward. And there's my moringa. Oh my gosh. It's got a couple pieces growing back. I thought, well, just leave the stump and see what happens, you know? I expect all of this to die back, but not before I collect a lot of seeds, hopefully, and flowers and leaves for tea. And there's another pomegranate under here, but like I said, this thing just collapsed. It was just so massive, it collapsed. All right, then of course petunias over there, gorgeous, and yeah, that's the, and this is of course citronella that cannot take the cold. So I'll probably bring one of them in and just prune it way back or something. This is the other one. Smells so good. That's the dahlia. I cut it way back and it looks like it's got a couple more buds. So, I mean, I'm all for the warm weather continuing. I've got these things up against the door. Number one, because it's white, so it reflects a lot of light back on the plant. when the sun is hitting it. And then also there's a little bit of heat coming off that from the other side of that door. But these pineapples have to go inside. And that's more lemongrass. This is from Angie in South Carolina. And this is the cardinal basil. Look at that. It's so heavy, you have to provide support. Each one of these branches gets so heavy with these blooms, but they're just absolutely stunning. I did a video last year with, I used these blooms, this big cluster of blooms, several of them in apple cider vinegar, and infused it with the cardinal basil, and it was so delicious. Sweet potatoes, just in this one little thing here. Serrano, and this is the fennel, which looks so much like the dill. I mean, I don't know if I could tell those apart. Really. And the pineapple sage, it actually has medicinal benefits as well. And this is a yellow trumpet flower. It's called angel trumpet, I think. Daryl gave it to me. I should have it out in the sun. It's not a sunny spot. I had to move the cardamom over. That smells so amazing. My face was in the plant when I was moving, and it's just one of the great smells of the garden. Oh, fantastic. And that's horseradish. So, here's my rock. I'm excited. Chase pulled all these volunteer cherry tomato vines out of the raised beds the other day. I said, they were all green. All the tomatoes were green. I said, just drape it over this chair. Let's see if they ripen. And look how many ripened. Oh, and these are my olive trees. Yeah. And they will survive if you put them against a south-facing wall, which I don't have, really. So I may bring them in the first year and then get them to be a little bit more established, and then in the spring set them out in the garden. But once again, here we are at the end of the season, and it's putting out new growth. All this is new growth. Same over here. I'd like to put these up there in the driveway garden, right there where on the either side of that post. I think it'd be so pretty. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's episode of Cistern, stone arriving, and the tour of the driveway garden. I hope you subscribe, and I hope you come back for more. And just remember, every Saturday, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time is my regular premiere with live chat, and it's an opportunity for you to connect with other late bloomers in the chat. And it's usually just the same group, but last week we had 3 or 4 new names in the chat, and it was great. And we get a chance to say hello to one another and give each other support, ideas, answer questions. So do try to set your timer for Saturdays at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. Thank you so much, and I am going to warm up a little bit with, I think it's still warm. Nope, it's cold. I broke my mug. Oh well. My fault. Thank you so much. God bless. See you next time.